Hi everyone, this is Meteorologist Joel Curtis with the National Weather Service here in Anchorage. We're doing our aviation forecasts issued Monday, July 24th, planning for Tuesday and Wednesday. Starting out with today, we've got a pretty interesting SIGMET going on until 12:50 this afternoon. We've got a cluster of thunderstorms over the eastern Brooks Range. It's moving north about 10 knots or so. Numerous lightning strikes, maybe as many as 100 lightning strikes in this cluster. And then just wanted to show you a quick look at the satellite. Quite an extensive area with some really cold tops. Looking at our flying weather for Tuesday morning, and again, the word is thunderstorms all the way from the northwest down into the central interior right along the Alcan. And then we're looking for IFR conditions out over the Gulf, touching both Baranof Islands and Prince of Wales Island, as well as in the Yakutat area, and then on over to Kodiak Island. And then in the Bering Sea, it's also extensive coverage, except for a little bit of the Alaska Peninsula. Up to the coast, we've got marginal VFR, and then for the Beaufort and Chukchi Seas, low clouds, stratus, and fog. Then for Tuesday afternoon, the IFR really stays in the same areas for the Beaufort and Chukchi Sea. Thunderstorms all the way from just south of Utqiagvik down through the central interior, even the western Alaska Range, as well as the Wrangell-St. Elias Mountains too. So lots and lots of cells out there. IFR over the Bering Sea, and then down onto the Pacific side of the Alaska Peninsula as well. Marginal VFR for just about the entire Gulf Coast, including the Panhandle. And then for Wednesday morning, again, marginal VFR again for the Panhandle up to all along the North Gulf Coast into Prince William Sound. The IFR conditions are offshore, but marginal VFR for Kodiak Island. The Bering Sea again with those really low clouds and fog, including the Pribilos, most of the Aleutians, and touching on the Alaska Range. And then the same kind of maritime conditions, low clouds and fog for the North Slope areas as well offshore, but as soon as you get inland, VFR. And then for Wednesday afternoon, again, extensive thunderstorms all along the Alaska Range and a little bit down into the Copper River Basin, as well as the upper Tanana, central interior, on up into the Brooks Range. And then IFR conditions all along the Gulf Coast, touching the beach, and even Kodiak Island, parts of the Alaska Peninsula. And then for the Bering Sea, as well as along the Beaufort and Chukchi Seas. So let's look at our pass conditions. Anatuvik Pass, VFR with thunderstorms. Attagat Pass, VFR, thunderstorms. Lake Clark and Merrill Pass, both VFR, look for some cell buildups to the north and possible thunderstorms on Tuesday. Then for Rainy Pass, thunderstorms and VFR. Windy Pass, VFR with thunderstorms. Isabel Pass, thunderstorms and VFR conditions. And then for Mentasta Pass, VFR and thunderstorms. Tahitna Pass, VFR and thunderstorms. Portage Pass, VFR, and there'll be some buildups to the north, and look out for possible thunderstorms in the mountains just north of the pass. Chilkoot and White Pass, VFR, marginal VFR in the morning, becoming VFR, and thunderstorms to the north in British Columbia, Yukon Territory, and then as you fly into Alaska. For freezing levels Tuesday morning, about 12,000 feet over the central interior, all across down across Kodiak Island or so, about 11,000. And then you get to 10,000 as you cross into the Panhandle, and also for the Bering Sea area, and up by the Gulf of Anadyr, about 8,000 feet. For icing on Tuesday, first, important note, considerable moderate icing and possible isolated severe in the cells. And then we're also looking at some isolated moderate flight level 120 to 180 over the St. Matthew, Pribilofs, and the Central Aleutians. And then for our jet stream on Tuesday, southwesterlies 80 knots going into across Nunivak Island, across the central Aleutians as well. Otherwise, not a whole lot of wind at 30,000, but at 9,000 across the eastern Bering Sea, we've got 40 to 45 knots and dropping off to about 30 knots as you go up through the Bering Strait. And then for our 3,000-foot winds, again, 30 knots through the Bering Strait, St. Matthew, St. Lawrence as well, 35 knots over the Pribilofs, and then becoming westerlies 40 knots over the Aleutians. So for our turbulence on Tuesday, looking surface to 5,000 feet, again, I've highlighted St. Lawrence Island, also through the Bering Strait, across Nunivak Island, and then for the Pribilofs, and then a little bit of considerable moderate over the western Aleutians as well. So, and then the important note again to leave you with is that thunderstorms may have considerable moderate and isolated severe in the cells. So I want you all to file a flight plan, fly safe out there, and watch out for those cells all across the mainland portion of the state. Fly safe.